Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming out. All right. Well, in our last stream, if y'all remembered, we had a very wholesome game, watched a very wholesome game of soccer between some kids and Saber while she figured out how the rules were actually, how this game was actually played. But it was quite the wholesome afternoon that we spent in the park watching Sabres. So let's just pick up where we left off. Right, I believe we were headed to, yes, the Ryodu Temple. We are... Not sure I want to go to the back forest. Alright, here we go. I take the forest path to the hills behind the temple. The weather is nice today. Once I'm through this curtain of trees, I should get a good view of the mountains and the clear blue sky. That is not the mountains and the clear blue sky. That is for damn sure. My field of vision opens up. I'm greeted by a spectacular mound of debris. But I'm not the one looking at this abstract scene. I see Shiro Emiya, a man with the same origin as me, chanting an unpleasant sutra. The white sunlight is blindingly bright. Wait, how'd that get on the damn beach? Summer hasn't left Ryodu Temple quite yet. Oh, so bright. I must have been dazzled by the sunlight. For a faint instant, the scene appeared black instead of white, like a film negative. He must have noticed me by now, but he doesn't turn my way. I thought the dizziness was making me see things, but the sight must have been quite real to him. We both gaze out silently. Both of us saw the same thing. But my verbal reaction proves my impurity. The chirping insects nearby only accentuate my tension. I was watching his familiar rear profile. Speaking of which, why isn't he in his usual red outfit? I'd understand if he was trying to avoid the sweltering summer heat, but it's already autumn. He's not the kind of person who would disarm himself just for the weather either. Either way, the sunshine is grating on me. This is a favorite spot of mine. Having so many interruptions makes me want to pick a fight. Hey! Weren't you wearing the same outfit in some high place before? I recall the eventual pain of being shot through the head.
いたがなんだ範囲内でお前の姿を見たことはないはずだな
I bet you didn't. I've never seen you out at night. I just feel like I did. Still, everything that's possible has to happen. I'll either defeat him or be defeated. However that turns out, I'll just make the choice that works out best for me at the time.
私からも尋ねるが、お前はまた深夜にセイバーと巡回をしているのか？
Yeah, we haven't gone as far as Shinto yet. We literally can't make it that far, to be exact.
やめておけ。夜中の信徒には近づくな。美山町から橋を越えようとすれば、いらぬ攻撃を受けることになる。
Huh? What are you... What? Are you keeping people out?
信徒一帯は私の射程だ。入ろうとする者には威嚇射撃で警告する。
Apparently, he's already driven off several servants. That's why Lancer, Rider, and Caster can't go near Shinto at night. Lancer's supposed to be staying at the church, but he's probably camping in the hills, too. Setting that aside for now. Huh? Does that go for me, too?
お前は例外だ。威嚇なしで眉間を打ち抜く。
Aw, how very pleasant of you, jackass. He isn't lying. Archer's bloodlust is genuine. I can feel it. Man, I can't believe you're still trying to kill me. Are you trying to take advantage while Tosaka isn't around?
言うまでもない。リンが絡むと込み入った話になるからな。うちのマスターは成果の出ない戦いは嫌がるたちでね。好戦的ではあるのだ。
Oh, we know she enjoys combat. I sure agree with that. Tosaka likes winning, but she doesn't seek out conflict. She's the kind of person who will try to come out on top, but only once someone else starts the race. She probably wouldn't let you do what you want if she were here. She'd wait to see who fires the opening shot of this renewed war. Actually, I haven't asked you this yet. What do you think of all this, Archer?
サーバントとして戦うつもりはない。だが、留守を任されている以上、見過ごすことはできん。
Huh, you're just a little more aggressive than the others. But you still want to fix this, just like me.
本意ではないがな。街灯を脱いでいるのはそのためだ。こんなものは俺の戦いではない。
I see. That explains it. Archer's reluctantly doing the bare minimum to keep a lid on things, given that Tosaka asked him to hold down the fort while she's gone. So can I take that to mean you won't be throwing your hat in the ring? You're just going to play the righteous peacekeeper of Shinto and all that?
ああ。もっとも、お前に関
Of
しては
course, he's
例
gonna
外
make
だ
an
が
exception for me, because Emmy is an asshole.
夜を待つ必要もない。なんなら、ここで今から殺し合うか。
How about we don't kill each other right here and now? Okay? Archer responds to my hostility. I smirk as if to imply I'd been waiting for this moment. Just kidding, I don't want to fight here either. Plus, if we're going to drag out this Holy Grail war, then it's gotta be at night. And deflect his threat. Let's leave it at that. See you around, Archer. I leave.
いいだろう。お前に関して俺は本気だ。
We
果た
know
され
when
な
it
かった
comes to
聖
me,
杯
you're
戦
dead
争の再現
serious,
とし
you
て
prick.
全力でお前たちを倒しにかかる。
His voice carries both provocation and determination. Archer intends to fight me and Saber. Bring it on. I'll see you once you're ready. I dismiss this heavy-handed bloodlust with lofty resolve. We've handed each other an invisible challenge to duel to the death. It's a license for each of us to kill the other. All right, I guess we go investigate the town at night. This ought to be entertaining. Most definitely with Saber. I guess the bridge. I crossed the boundary between Miyama and Shinto. I recall something someone told me once. All of Shinto is within my range. Anyone who tries to enter. How many times has he shot me? Once? Several times? Every time I cross this bridge. I'm here to ensure your defeat. My heartbeat quickens. My blood and magic circuits congeal and rusted from months of inactivity shudder back to life. I've sure kept you waiting, partner. We're ready. Now we're coming to kill you. Saber and I are the only people on the bridge. There aren't any cars. My tense mind is indifferent to the roar of the ocean and the sea breeze. This takes me back. Remember that time we walked to the church together?
ええ、まだマスターの自覚がなかった素人、まだあなたのサーバントになっていなかった私と、まだ敵であったリン。
Yes, all true.
こうして振り返ると、さぞおかしな三人組だったのでしょうね。
She gives me a nostalgic smile. A fragmented moment of peace, yet we cannot lower our guard. You were pretty grumpy at first. We didn't have much chance to talk that night, but you were completely silent on the way to the church.
不機嫌にもなります。今だから言いますが、あの扱いには怒りを覚えたものです。演奏させるのなら他にやりようがあったのではないですか？
Saber often makes a fuss about disguises. She seems to be attached to the expensive disguise she wore last time during the Fourth Holy Grail War, that is. Kiritsugu went to the trouble of dressing her in a man's suit because she can't change into her spirit form.
何やら言いたいことがあるようですね。いいでしょう。あの時の謝罪を兼ねてここで決着を。
Saber above us! Saber parries a sniper's attack from 4 whole kilometers away. I start up my magic circuits. I surge strengthening magecraft into my eyeballs. I see you, Archer. We make eye contact at impossible distance. Each combatant spots the other at a distance neither should be able to see. Let the battle begin. Tonight, I'm crossing this bridge.
シロ、今のは一体。
That was her good buddy, Archer.
いえ、どうやって私より早く感知したのです。
Don't worry. I got tired of getting shot in the head. Just go with it, alright? We'll talk later. Here comes the next one. We don't have enough space here. Take me up, Saber.
上とはどこのことでしょう、シロ。
Somewhere with more space than we have here. Looks like they have reserved the whole bridge for us tonight. How considerate.
橋の上の自動車道。ここなら足場も視界も確かですが。
Saber, 10 o'clock. Spot the target. Oh yeah, nice one, Saber. The second attack comes. 20 seconds between each shot. A memory surfaces in the back of my mind telling me there are 3 more to come.
確認しました。事態はつかめませんが、センタービルの屋上に狙撃手がいる。
I expected no less of Saber. The fact that she figured out where he is from a single shot is impressive.
どういうことです？あれは。いいえ、こんなことができるのは一人だけだ。
Yeah, it was Saber. No, it was definitely Archer. Damn that Shiro.
なぜ彼が私たちを狙うのです？
I mean, damn that
ア
Emiya.
ーチャーともあろうものが聖杯戦争に乗ったというのですか？
I don't know. All I do know is that he's serious. He's here to settle the score with us once and for all. Do we need to know anything more than that?
あなたの言う通りだ、シロ。失態の罰は後ほど。今はアーチャーの迎撃に全力を。
Inbound! The third shot. 2 left. The 5th shot will knock Saber off balance, and the 6th will kill me. With our current tactics, that outcome is inevitable. Archer's attacks grow more powerful with each shot. Maybe he charges them with more magical energy each time Saber manages to defend against one. It took him 25 seconds to make this shot. The next one will probably take 30. The delay is a weakness we can exploit. After Saber blocks a shot, we can avoid the same fate as before if we close in before he finishes loading his next attack. But how can I make that happen? He's 4 kilometers away as the crow flies, double that if we have to navigate through the streets to get him. Saber could strike back with her noble phantasm, but Excalibur's area of effect is too wide. She could wipe out the entire area around the center building, plus this is Archer we're talking about. Someone who knows Saber well could come up with countermeasures against Excalibur. The obvious tactic is to use against a capable sniper is to force him to close combat. It's impossible to close in without him noticing. In that case, we need to get into sword range at super speed before the sniper can react. Saber! I shoot Saber a knowing gaze. Archer's eagle-eyed enough to read my lips. This battle won't be won or lost in an instant, but we can have him figured out, but we can't have him figure out our next move.
可能です。ですが、私の魔力だけでは足りない。失礼ですが、指導の魔力を足しても十分です。
It's enough. We have this. The last command spell on my left hand.
シロ、いけない。それは最後の手段だ。それに、うまくいったところで、誰があなたを守るのです。その案には賛同できない。ここは撤退して体勢を立て直せば。
That's off the table. In fact, we tried that already. If Saber was alone, she could retreat. But if I'm here, Archer will take us both down. The only way to cross this bridge is to bet everything on this opportunity, this fleeting chance. Even if we redid this battle over from the beginning, he wouldn't be able to redo this. That's why we have to go in, all or nothing. It's no big deal to lose my command spell. The only thing that matters is that we can defeat him this once. A fourth shot. Saber's reached the limit of her agility to fend off the attacks. I'll back you up with a command spell. Can you make it there, Saber? There's no time left. This is the fastest I can manage, no matter how many times we repeat this.
まったく、あなたの決断はいつも突然だ。
Saber makes a show of lowering her guard. She looks just like a predator getting ready to pounce.
指示を、マスター。この身はあなたの剣ですから。
He bears Excalibur's blade. Saber concentrates all of her magical energy into her body, sparing none to coat her weapon. Well, we'll time it with the next attack. 15 seconds left. The firing hammer drops. I need to do more than just get the timing right. There are two challenges. Shiro Emiya's true worth will be measured once I activate my command spell. Trigger on. Command spell loaded. 10 seconds. Command spells can be used to temporarily strengthen a servant. Their enormous magical energy can be converted into power for a servant to use. It's sheer brute force. It's enough power to fill Saber's exceptional magic circuits. Enough to resurrect the King of Knights' legendary dominance of the battlefield. I use my command spell to order her to fly. It's not a figure of speech. Saber will literally leap all the way from here to the rooftop of the center building. Saber has fought Ryder before. Now we'll reenact. No, her movement is limited to her line of sight, so I just need to amplify her magical energy when she jumps to extend her range. If we use the command spells entirely to augment her jump, it might even be possible to reduce several kilometers to 0. In accordance with my contract to the Holy Grail, the 7th Master commands you. 5 seconds. The opponent is a nameless bowman, a blacksmith heroic spirit who projects noble phantasms as arrows. His arrowhead's name is Fronting, the Hound of the Red Plains. This time he means to strike his prey. Correction, add 5 seconds. It takes longer to charge. He draws his bow to its limit and feeds more magical energy into his weapon to resist the unleashed fury of Saber's magical energy. That's why her timing will be crucial. It's risky for her to jump first, or even at the same time. Saber herself will be an arrow. If she jumps before Archer looses his arrow, he'll shoot her down. We need her to move just after he shoots, to jump exactly 0.1 seconds after his arrow flies. Then, before Archer can nock his next arrow after spending all of his energy on the last one, no, even before that, we'll exploit his vulnerability right after his shot. We'll strike him down with Saber's sword. Each combatant's magical energy howls. The intensity of their face-off seems to make the moon flicker in the sky. 5. Not yet. 3. I'm so tense my command spell feels like it's about to tear off. 1. Focus on his fingers. Saber! Go! Cut him down! Flash of light crosses 4,000 meters in no time at all. Archer's arrow is one of greatest magical weapons he can create using all of his power. It slices through the air intent on slaying its prey. His projection is the demonic sword, Fronting. Even if Saber deflects it, it will continue to seek its target as long as its shooter keeps aiming. Saber's ability to defend against it is immaterial. In fact, the moment she deflects it, the hound will run down its true mark with a hungry howl. As long as Saber hardens her defenses, Archer's victory is certain. That is, as long as she stays on the defensive. It ends in less than a second. The scene plays out in a brief moment after the sniper's fingers release the arrow. Saber vanishes. The bridge is left undefended. Archer realizes the enemy's intent, but it's too late. His arrow has already left the bowstring. Who is more sure of victory? The sniper can kill his target from hundreds of meters away, but even he is bound by inviolable physics. Once loosed, an arrow cannot change its point of impact. Even the most precise shooter is not exempt from this law. Be that as it may, the arrow is loosed by a heroic spirit of the bow. Mere ballistics are but a hurdle to be overcome. The arrow alters its trajectory. In fact, it always determined to pierce two enemies. It rebels against theory. Saber has no way to avoid it. The arcane missile will pulverize Saber. Even the largest army could not escape this lethal destiny. Be that as it may, who the heroic spirit of the sword be, if not a warrior that surpasses any army? Light intersects light. The scale of battle are upheld. Blue victory exalts the heavens, while red failure plunges to the infernal depths. Damn! Looks like the sniper got sniped. Saber throws off all restraint as soon as she feels the shockwave. Her timing is exquisite. Still, a command spell isn't enough to breach this bridge. Gusts of wind shake the steel beams and smother my vision, but I keep my eyes fixed on the approaching projectile. Time stops. In less than the span of a second, blood surges through my veins. It's been 1 second since I used the command spell. I have no time to visualize it. I don't need time to visualize it. I remember everything. It was all for this moment. Ha! Ha! Tension and terror steal my breath away. My left hand burns. I see death 0 seconds in my future. Trace. Projection. I pant like a dog, my tongue hanging out of my mouth. Physical data and magical theory rush into my mind. Time to construction, 0 seconds. Time to impact, on, complete. Oh, we just screwed up this bridge. Archer sees it unfold as sure as fate. The boy concentrated every bit of strength he had, even his will to breathe, into his left arm, and arm to unleash a repose. The projected noble phantasm sends sparks flying through the air. Muscles tear through his body. Casting aside his fear of death, he managed a once-in-a-lifetime defense. The bowman still has an edge in this battle. The boy may have broken a sword to block an arrow, but he's still standing. Next, the arrow will make a sharp turn and seek his throat. That is, as long as its shooter is still aiming.
第5射から2秒弱。6射目をつがえる以前に剣を構えることもできぬとは、少しばかり本業に戻りすぎたようだ。
How ironic. The man's fighting style has always been utterly unlike that of an archer. This servant favors close combat with dual swords, but reverted to his class's ranged specialty, rendering him unprepared for Saber's counterattack.
アーチャーの名に恥じぬ一投でした。あなたにマスターがいたのなら、この結末にはならなかったでしょう。
バカを言うな、セイバー。あれがいたのなら、そもそもお前たちとは戦えん。
That is probably true. He returns the praise with a laugh. The smile that twists his lips isn't one of scorn, but warm affection.
いかんな。もう持たん。他に言うことはないか、セイバー。勝者の責務だ。疑問があるのなら問いただせ。
There's a soft sound of scattering sand. It isn't something as mundane as bleeding. Well, blood flows through a servant's veins as long as he's alive. He returns to dust once his life is cut.
いいえ、私からは何も。あなたが弓を取ったのなら、それは叱るべき理由があってのこと。私は命を奪った。これ以上のものをあなたから取り上げることはできない。
Archer lets out a chuckle. Is Saber's grace kind or cruel? The knight always exemplifies both traits in battle. Once he thought that her contradiction, her inhuman bearing that would break a mere man, was beautiful. No, he's never forgotten those memories. Long ago, he had an encounter. It was a scene that probably lasted a second, still. The sight of her will always lift his spirits, even should he sink into the depths of hell. Her hair drenched in moonlight. When he closed his eyes, the vague memory still lingered in his chest.
今回は俺の負けか。先に行くぞ、セイバー。せいぜいこの俺に騙されていろ。
Archer vanishes, but not before uttering a sore loser's parting jab. Saber dismisses her sword. She bites her lip. The moon gleams darkly above her. From its chalice-like outline, it seems to slowly drip venom meant to eat away at the victor. It takes me an hour to catch up to Saber. The effort of that strike exhausted me, but I managed to drag my tired body up to the rooftop. Saber is staring up at the moon. She looks tense, and I hesitate to call out to her.
シロ、迎えに来てくれたのですか?
Of course I came for you. Her voice is listless. I don't see Archer, meaning that we must have won. Saber doesn't seem hurt, but a jump of that distance must have put a strain on her. Sorry to keep you waiting. Are you okay, Saber?
私は無傷です。そういうシロはどうなのですか? 顔色が優れませんが。
I didn't notice, but you must be right. I've been having chills. I'm probably weak because I spent all that magical energy. That was reckless of me. I got so wildly caught up in the moment that I didn't pause to consider the aftermath. 1 second, everybody. Sorry about that, just had to close the door.
今夜はここで帰りましょう。
Are you gonna be around much longer though,
明
Saber?
日からにすればいい。今はシロの体力回復が先決です。
Since I believe that was my last command spell. Yeah, I don't think I've got any more fight in me. We leave the roof.
シロ、本当にこれでよかったのですね。
Honestly, it was, I think, the only choice we had. Yeah, it was the only good choice we had. It wasn't a mistake. I've overcome another challenge. Our battle to take the bridge is over, for now. Archer is gone. Other bizarre events will keep occurring around town. The fourth night ends in lazy slumber. This affair is far from over, but for now, I can rest easy. Even if this isn't the end, even if the end isn't here yet, it'll be in sight eventually, as long as I keep moving forward. Like, damn, that battle between Saber and Archer was freaking intense. Okay, so nothing at the Emiya house today. Oh, we got something new at the school? Alright. Well, let's check that out. I guess we're going to school today. Yes, go to the school. What are you doing here, sir? On my way to the classroom, I pass by an awfully noisy group.
おい、今のめちゃくちゃ美人だったな。
Is Castor here with him?
けどよ、外国人が何の用で来てるんだよ。
いや、ありゃ外国人つうかさ、なんか変じゃなかったか？あ、いや、どこも変じゃなかったんだけど。
いいんだよ、細かいことは。美人ならそれでいいの。
They have to be talking about Castor.
見間違いかな。耳長かったような。
Okay, they're definitely talking about Castor. I pause. I can think of a few candidates when people mention beautiful foreigners with with features like that. Why would one be here? I wanted to ask more about it, but the group had already disappeared towards the end of the hallway. When I glance to my side, I find that Ize has also stopped. What happened, Ize?
いや、今の連中が話していた内容が少し気になってな。
Kind of a rare deal for you to stick your nose into that sort of thing.
いや、何？話の内容に少し心当たりがあっただけだ。しかし、特にこちらが気にする必要もあるまい。
He seems to convince himself and walk away. I could have followed after him, but I couldn't help my curiosity. I guess I should ask.
ボス、調べは済んでます。
Waha! Somebody suddenly calls to me from the side. Goto is one of my classmates, makes an appearance. He's flipping through a student planner. Seems he's always watching some kind of detective show. Seems he was watching some kind of detective show yesterday.
外車の特徴は外国人で美人。目撃者の証言によると、スタイルが良く、印象を聞くと紫だった。という答えが返ってきました。
Okay, it's 100% Castor. Nothing is actually written on his planner. He sure is speaking all fancy, though. Purple? Is that about Ryder? Goto, where can I see this victim?
外車は玄関から入って1階廊下に来たという目撃証言があります。
Thanks. Please continue to discreetly investigate. I should check around the first floor hallway. Even if Ryder moved, there should be people that saw where she went. I guess it could be Ryder too.
ボス、そろそろ戻らないと
Master
会議の
wears
時
a lot
間
of
ですが、
purple.
遅れると本部長が怒りますよ。
Deceived? Miss Fujimura? For me if you must. I'll go to the class even if I'm late.
了解です。
I go down the stairs, noticing Goto giving me a salute in the corner of my eye. And find my goal almost immediately. To be honest, I even wanted to turn around and go back, but it leaves a bad aftertaste to ignore someone who needs help. I thought it was Castor. Ize probably also realized it was about Castor. Boy, does she stand out. She's clearly not acting suspicious, but she totally stands out. She must not know exactly where she needs to go, as she's taking her time and checking each sign and room carefully. Castor?
あら、セイバーのところの坊やじゃない。
Castor is acting like it's natural, but I'm feeling uneasy. I hear unsettling voices around me saying things like, "Who is that? What's the third year That's the third year Emiya. Him again? Why does the universe side with him, huh? Wanna off him here? I mean, just because I know Castor is no reason to get all heinous. Jeez, guys. What are you doing here? And also, why are you dressed like that? What happened? you know, the clothes you were wearing walking around Shinto. I ask her in a hushed voice.
大丈夫よ。そのあたりは魔術で認識をごまかしてるわ。それよりも坊や。
Oh, so everybody else thinks she's just wearing casual clothes. Okay. I get it. What?
職員室ってどこかしら？
Huh?
何よその間の抜けた顔は。
Yeah, well, because you're looking for the faculty room. Well, didn't it say on the information board at the entrance? Did she miss it? You're surprisingly naive when it comes to things like this. First of all, you've been here before, right? Why do you want to know the location of the faculty room?
仕方ないでしょ。どこも同じような構造で一つ一つの細かい違いなんて把握してないわよ。めんどくさいもの。
Castor quietly says something a little interesting. I think I just saw a little into her true nature here.
何をしているエイミア。チャイムは鳴ったぞ。自分の教室に戻れ。
総一郎様。
Mr. Kazuki silently sneaks up on us. Either class was about to begin for the first years, or he heard the commotion.
お弁当を届けに参りました。総一郎様。
Aw, you're being so sweet, Castor.
そうか。助かる。
Which is kind of insane, really.
今朝は慌ただ
You
しく。
must really like this guy, Castor.
私もお忘れになったのに気づかずすみませんでした。
いや、こちらも油断していた。
Mr. Kazuki accepts the lunch wrapped in fancy handkerchief with both hands. The two stare at each other, sandwiching the lunch. Castor's passionate gaze is directed toward Mr. Kazuki. Mr. Kazuki's gaze is directed toward his lunch. Castor, who looks down nervously, twiddles her thumbs before her.
ご迷惑かとも思ったのですが、せっかくの用意が無駄になりますし、それにもし
そうか。
I saw him happily eating bread stuffed with fried noodles the other day, though. My guess is that lunch made by his beloved is not the same thing to both of them.
今日のお菜はレンコンのハサミ焼きですよ。
Real lotus root? Oh, the side dish that was on the plate at Toyotsu. Oh,
そ
blah.
れと
Hopefully I didn't butcher that one too
レ
bad.
モン酢漬けも。
おお。
Yeah, that too.
以前つい買いすぎてしまった時に残さずお食べになられていたので、きっとお好きかと思って。それと
おお。
以前つい買いすぎてしまった時に
Sorry, I accidentally backed it up a little bit there.
きっとお好きかと。
そうだな。
So, do you or don't you like it? I can't tell anymore. Though I am surprised that this witch of a wife was able to get all that stuff. The side dish section in Toryutsu is always the primary target for housewives. It's always sold out first thing in the afternoon. Was she lining up early or something?
ところで総一郎様、しばらくお時間をいただいても構わないでしょうか。
Mr. Kazuki nods. I see, so he didn't have class. He just happened to pass by.
その実は
Castor's glare pierces me before I even realize it.
なにぼや用済みならとっととお帰りなさい
Ouch. You're welcome for the assistance. Well, I do have class.
じゃあさっさと行けばいいでしょこんなところではぐれ牛みたいにもうブーラブラせずに
Mooing about like a cow? Damn you, Castor. Fine. Yeah, fair. I'm the one who stopped her.
ほらシュッシュ
Harsh. Castor aside, I should go back before Mr. Kazuki glares at me.
総一郎様せっかくこうして職場へお伺いしたのですしよろしければお世話になっているご同僚の方にご挨拶その職員室は
That's why she wants to know where the faculty room is.
案内しよう。
Mr. Kazuki turns his back.
でも私ったらお弁当のことで頭がいっぱいで差し入れの一つも持たずやはりまた次の機会に
構わんだろう。別に気を使うことはない。
Poor Castor's having another fluster moment.
はいではお言葉に甘えまして
Castor follows behind Mr. Kazuki like a love-struck girl, blushing the whole while. She fixes her hair as she follows as well. I'm struck by how badly she wants to make a good impression for the sake of her husband. To think Castor is finally making her faculty room debut. How moving.
話題としては美人の嫁さん披露会だけで十分なお土産ね
Right. I'll be the talk of the town for the week ahead. I mean, I try to turn around, but my head is fixed firmly in place. Tiger claws dig into my skull without mercy.
のう少年
What do you want, Taiga?
校内を美人がブラリングなんて噂一つで命よりも大切な授業をすっぽかそうとは先生見過ごせないわ
Goosebumps rise across my body as her menacing words make their attack. Oh, this is only your grip. My skull cracked. Someone help! Police!
脳が痛い
Yes, my head hurts now. I have a question. General Manager?
なに
What about Goto? He was supposed to cover for me.
バカめ
Uh-oh.
やつは死んだわ
Oh, he died. Oh no. Oh no. Goto!
内村大河が教室に帰る
I'm taken away to the bloody slaughterhouse known as the classroom, wriggling like a suffocating Benito. Oops. Oh man, Taiga got us. Oh dear. I guess we go to after the school? Okay, so I guess we could... I guess we go to work. Oh, jeez. Do we go to work or do we go to the third year classroom, guys? I'll give chat the opportunity to decide this one. Where are we going? Third year classroom to talk to Taiga? Or are we gonna head to work and see how that goes? Anyone? Alright, well, if there's no votes in the chat, I guess we shall head off to the third year classroom. The afternoon homeroom period ends, and we all head out. Students who go straight home, students who hurry to their club practices, students who are just talking. The hallway is almost as lively as lunch break. I don't have any plans, and I don't have work. So I'm part of the straight home group, and...
エミヤくん、ちょっと話がありますから教室に残り
I
な
don't
さい。
want to talk to Taiga. Fujine stops me with a serious expression. She's Miss Fujimura. At times like this, so I have to respond seriously as a student. What is it, Miss Fujimura?
なんですかじゃありません。
What is it,
エ
me?
ミヤくん
Uh-oh.
まだ進学先決めてないでしょう。今週中に提出しなさいって言ったの忘れたの？
I totally forgot about it. Oh. I did forget. Wait, it's October already? I haven't narrowed everything down by now? I suppose it's only natural for this Miss Fujimura persona to make her appearance now. I'm sorry, I would like some more time. Is that possible?
ダメです。今日中に提出しなさい。単連で決めてないのはエミヤくんと牧寺さんだけなんですからね。牧寺さんに先を越される前に決めちゃいなさい。まあ少しぐらいその場しのぎでも多めに見ますから。
Well, I guess. Do I have to have it in by the end of the day? Miss Fujimura takes out a student path survey report. So I just have to fill out the space since it's last minute?
そういうことです。担任としても保護者としても頭が痛いですが、それを書いてもらわないと次は職員室に呼び出しだからね。
Miss Fujimura, no, Fujine sighs dramatically. Understood, then give me a bit of time.
よろしい。時間はあるからね。日が沈むまでは付き合ってあげます。
Wait, you're gonna what now? So she says. I was thinking of going to a local college up until last year, but plans have taken a dramatic turn as of late. He says it's fine since it's last minute, but I already ought to be thinking about this carefully, right? After debating for a while, I did my best to fill out the student path survey seriously. Thank you for waiting. Here, Miss Fujimura.
はーい、ご苦労様。どれどれ。って第一志望は未定。
So my first choice is I'm just awesome.
第二志望は外国留学？第三志望は法政方面か。
I mean, technically, the second two do kind of happen, I guess, if you want to be kind of technical about it. It's not that I lost interest, but rather I have higher priorities now. Can they not all be the same priority for now?
シローにしては歯切れが悪い回答ね。けど未定も同率なの？ 卒業したら働くってこと？
I would want to work if I can find a good place, somewhere where I can actually be of help and be able to reach people.
じゃあ2番目の外国留学っていうのは？シロ、英語の成績普通でしょう。ヒアリングはともかく発音はかなり厳しいわよ。わかんないな。どうして留学なんて言い出すのよ。遠
It
坂さん
might
の
be
影響？
Tosaka's influence. Maybe. No, it's more like resolution instead of influence. I can't rely on Tosaka forever. If I'm going to study seriously, I thought I'd also need to be thrown into the real place.
ふーん。本気って桐次さんみたいなこと？
For a moment, I'm at a loss for words. What did he mean? What she means is if I want to wander around foreign countries like my old man. Fujine knows more than anyone else of my admiration for the man. That's what she's picking up from the abroad option, completely putting aside Tosaka's influence. I don't know. I don't know about the future, but I think it'll be different from the path of my old man.
そっか。もう決まってるんだ。
So, the second choice. Fujine casually circles the second column of the survey form in red. I hear the commotion from the club activities from the schoolyard. The classroom is quiet, as if there are no people. Fujine staring at the podium in front and me sitting at the desk makes for quiet, empty scene.
さ、教師として生徒の自主性は止められないんだけど、一つだけ聞いていいかな？
Yeah? What? That is...
シロ、ちゃんと帰ってくる？
Words hinting at a time to come, as if to secure a promise for the future, or perhaps a promise of days long past. I'll come back multiple times a year. I have to take care of the house, right?
なんだ。じゃあ待っててあげなくっちゃダメね。シロがいない間は私が守っててあげるから、どーんとどっか行ってきていいわよ。
A radiant smile. Even if I were to go somewhere far. Where else in the world could I ever find a smile as strong as that? Thanks, Fujine. I don't think it'd happen, but at least look after the house in that case.
シロもね、外に出るからには一回り大きくなって帰ってくるのよ。
She replies with unwavering warmth. This is the last autumn before my route will drastically change. Another promise that cannot be broken was made in a classroom with just the two of us. I guess we go investigate the town at night. With the saber. Absolutely with the saber. Yay! Train station or harbor, train station or harbor, train station or harbor, train station. I don't know why, but that's where we're going. There are barely any people by the train station. Rush hour ended long ago. At this time, I guess we would only see someone come out of the station every 30 minutes or so. Still, it's a problem that there are pedestrians at all.
シロ、どうしました？私を見るなり、眉間を押さえつけたりして。
Case in point. Well, it was good we didn't see any foot traffic in Miyama. She stands out way too much in front of the train station. It's nothing. Looks like everything normal's here. We should move on.
まだ着いたばかりですが、以前ならこのままオフィス街に回り、工場地帯まで足を伸ばしたはずです。調査の手を緩めるとはシロらしくない。いつもの神経質なまでの徹底ぶりはどうしたのです？
Huh. Yeah, you're right. I'm aware that this isn't like me. To begin with, I can't really work up the motivation to go on this patrol for the sake of patrolling. I wonder what Saber is thinking about. Hey, Saber, what do you think of this patrol?
どうも何も、私はシローの助けになることを第一としていますが、町の異常は気になりますが、それは町そのものに敵意を持つものとは思いません。むしろ、この異常はすべて。
Strange to say the least. Been what? Saber goes meaningfully silent. Saber, come on. Now you've got me curious. Don't just cut yourself off to bully me like Tosaka does.
いえ、そんなつもりはないのですが、仮に敵がいるとして、それが悪意を持つものだとしたら、それはすべてシローに向けられている気がしてならないのです。
Seriously?
アーチャーがあなたを狙撃したように、他のサーバントたちもあなたを狙うかもしれない。
I mean, that would be scary, but I thought we checked with everyone else. Most of them don't want to fight in the war, so I think they're fine. Archer's the only exception. He's hostile to me for whatever reason.
なるほど。アーチャーはあなただけを敵視していたのですか。
Saber thinks for a moment.
シロ、やはり真剣に調査をしましょう。山町には異常はありませんでしたが、信徒には何かほころびがあるはずです。
Saber makes for the city square with newfound enthusiasm. She's scary enough when she gets aggressive, but having her drag me around town with that outfit is scary too. It's a Herculean task to stop Saber once she's in this mood. Oh well, I might as well go ahead and search the office buildings like she suggested. Nothing at the Emiya house. Ooh, something new at the shopping district. Alright. To the shopping... Oh my, but Ryoto... Yes, to the shopping district! I stopped by Mount Miyama on a whim. Oh. There's Ryder. It doesn't seem like she has to work today, but she's acting weird. Is she buying groceries? She's looking back and forth at the products at the storefront and the note in her hand and is scratching her eyebrows. He's sighing. It seems like the lady can't help but be curious about Ryder, too. I feel like Ryder's shopping won't end until the sun sets at this rate. Hey, Ryder, are you troubled by something?
シロですか?
She must have been really focused on her note. For Ryder, who usually notices if you enter within 5-meter radius, it's rare how she's surprised like this.
シロも買い物ですか?
Not exactly, but... Okay, I guess we are. Yeah, you're also shopping, right? She seems to be disappointed that she's been caught. She's acting so timid, which is hard to imagine from the usual, dauntless Ryder.
シロ、一つ尋ねてもよろしいですか?
Hmm.
いつ頃から私を見ていたのでしょう?
Wait a minute, since you seem to be troubled looking at that note here, could it be that you're not good at shopping, Ryder? You couldn't possibly say that she's good at it after watching her. Ryder stares at me and drops her shoulders.
いえ、電球くらいであれば簡単なのですが。
To think of it, when the light went out the day before yesterday, Ryder went to go buy it at lightning speed. So it means you have a weak point. Could it be for food ingredients?
お見通しでしたか?
Ryder nods. I feel guilty for admiring such a beauty in the middle of a busy street. But you have a list, right?
はい。入り用のものはさくらが教えてくれました。
It shouldn't be hard if there's a shopping list that Sakura, the current leader of the kitchen, made.
これなのですが。
Ryder shows me the list. It says 2 heads of lettuce and chicken in Sakura's neat handwriting. Oh, it's easy if you have this.
確かに料理をするシロなら簡単でしょう。ですが、料理をしない私には曖昧すぎて困ります。
How is it too vague? Huh? I don't get what she's trying to say.
そうですね。例えば、トマトですか？そこの。
Ryder points at bright red tomatoes that are 320 yen for 3 and 530 yen for 6. If I were to choose, then I think I would get the 6-pack. There would be enough for a salad if we don't have that much.
産地と値段の差があるので、果たしてどちらがさくらの希望に合うものなのかを私が判断するのは難しいのです。
Isn't the one that's cheaper by unit fine? We aren't that particular when it comes to tomatoes. Tosaka seems to have her own opinion, but I bet Sakura isn't like that.
トマトやレタスならまだいいのです。じゃがいもになると男爵とメイクインがあるので、どの料理に使うつもりなのかわからなくて困り果てます。これがお肉になると、国内産と外国産、さらに国内産でも和牛と銘柄、さらにグラム単価が異なるものが混在し、
poor Ryder just has way too many
特化品やセールの有無など
choices.
が絡むと、私は呆然となりま
Aw,
す。
poor Ryder. I see. I totally get your worries. In other words, it's hard for her to come up with a strategy for shopping when she doesn't have the vision for cooking. Whether it's going to be steak or stew today. Unlike me or Sakura, who think of that and can change her strategy, it must be difficult for Ryder, who guesses what the intentions of the upper management must be on a must be as a shopping soldier. A shopping soldier, huh? Alright, if that's how you want to put it. Oh, jeez. I'm not entirely sure I do, but that's okay. You must have had a hard time. Oh, but I remember there's another servant at our place. She goes shopping quite often, but I don't hear about anything similar. I don't hear about Saber being troubled about shopping.
失礼ですが、彼女と私には一つ大きな
Well, I know there's a big difference between you and Saber Rider. There's multiple big differences. What kind of difference are you referring?
彼女は実に食欲旺盛です。ですから、彼女は別の
I mean, I'll give you that one. I will totally give you that one.
美味しそうなものを選ぶと。
Oh. Simple is best. That's right, Saber isn't honest and straightforward as someone splitting bamboo. Of course, that includes the straightforwardness of not taking the price into regard. Should I ask Sakura to make a more detailed list next time?
一度そうしてもらったことがあるのですが、それはそれで問題が生じます。
Caused Doll's a different set of problems, did it? I bet Ryder must have been debating intensively whether she should buy something that differs from the conditions on the list. If I tried to take drastic measures to resolve the situation, that would be... You should learn how to cook, Ryder. If you do, you'll find your own kind of answer.
私が料理を始めても、味覚に自信がないので、お二方には遠く及びません。さくらには私もできるようにならなければと言われるのですが。
Sakura must be thinking of her as a girl. There's no conviction even if I tell Ryder to learn how to cook. Alright, got it. Putting aside whether you'll learn how to cook or not, I'll keep you company. I have some time anyway.
よろしいのですか、シロ?
Yeah, I also use the things in the refrigerator, so it would be better if we bought it together rather than separately, right? Besides, I'd also be able to teach her detailed techniques if we go shopping together. How to choose vegetables, meat, when to aim for sales, etc. There are a lot of things that would become easier just by knowing.
よかった。感謝します、シロ。
Ryder stretches and bows politely.
この恩は後日必ず返させていただきます。
You don't have to be that formal. It's just shopping for groceries. How troubling. I'm a bit embarrassed. It's rare to be depended on by such a timid Ryder.
どうしました？顔が赤いですよ、シロ。
Nothing.
もしや、さくらと一緒に買い物するときも、そのように顔を赤くしているのですか？
I refuse to answer that question. I said it's nothing. I meant it.
ならいいのですが。それでは、手近なところから片付けていきましょう。まずは野菜からですが。
Got it. Let's get moving. Gonna teach the rider how to go shopping. I guess we're headed back to the Emiya residence after our little shopping trip. Uh-oh. We're gonna get ambushed in the living room by Ilya. It's about 3 o'clock, so I'll go make some tea. I make some for me, and Sakura, and Saber. I'll see if anyone else wants some. Oh. Good, someone's in the living room. It's so dreary killing time by myself. I'll ask whoever's there to join me if they have time. It's Ilya! Oh, it's you, Ilya.
こんにちは。お邪魔してるわ、シロ。
You did make yourself at home, did you? Let me know if you're coming. I would have opened the door for you. Well, it's fine. Good timing either way.
何、シロ。
I was just about to make some tea. Sorry I couldn't give you a proper welcome. What should I do? Ilya doesn't like bitter or spicy things. So I'll play it safe and use the black tea.
いいの、シロ。そこに座って。
Uh-oh. For now, I'll do as I'm told and sit.
もう、シロはこの家の主なんだから、大前自弱と構えないとダメじゃない。
Well, I kind of figured you'd just use your, like, little mystic eye shit on me and make me do it anyway. Well, yeah. Her opinion is perfectly valid. But it would also be rude as the head of the household for me to not greet guests at the door. To be honest, I don't think I'll ever be able to make myself act all high and mighty.
お兄ちゃん、今、お茶入れようとしてたでしょ。
Yeah? I can't relax unless I have tea. Oh, do you not like rice crackers? Where'd the rice crackers come into this? Wait, hold on. I just realized something. Someone's in the kitchen with Lays. Someone's in the kitchen with Stella. It must be Lays.
お茶ならね。リズ。イリヤ。
There she is. Wow! There she is, a ghost. I mean, one of Ilya's maids in my house?
シロにはダージリン。私にはホットチョコレートね。了解。
The white-clad maid quietly disappears into the kitchen. I have no words. Of course I don't. Anyone would be surprised to see a maid suddenly come out of his own kitchen.
シロ、何をそんなにびっくりしてるの？
Why wouldn't it be? What are your maids doing in my house?
だって、レディがお付きを伴わずに外出するなんて、はしたないじゃない。
I mean, that's probably true. Ilya chuckles lightly. It's bad manners not to have her entourage with her. What year is it? Hold on. I thought you didn't like having your maids with you.
遊びに行くときはね。
Oh, just not when she's out having fun. I see.
けど、
I
こういうときは
see.
いてくれた方が便利じゃない？
Still, but this is... I peer into the kitchen and see that they really are attending to various chores. I get a little dizzy, feeling like I'm starting into another dimension. Those maid uniforms look too high class for my house, making them look like they're the masters.
何？もしかしてシロ。大 台所は自分の縄張りだから他の人に入られるのが嫌だとか。
Ah, well, that might be his problem. Huh? It is making me uncomfortable now that she mentions it. Everyone uses the kitchen, so it's not as if I'm going to hog it to myself, but...
ふふん。セラもリズもシロにとっては他人だから侵犯される恐れがあるんでしょうね。さくらとかは身内だから気にもしないんでしょうけど。
Makes sense. You might be right about that. I don't think I'd mind you being in there, though. If Ilya was in the kitchen, she wouldn't be tall enough to use the counter. While I picture that image, a white figure emerges from the kitchen.
お嬢様、お茶が入りました。はい、イリア。
Oh god, Stella's
気
here
をつける。
too.
熱い。
The maid who speaks awkwardly, Lyricette sets a cup in front of Ilya. But there are no expensive cups and saucers like this in this house. Or they bring one with her? Meanwhile...
エミヤ様。
Yeah? The governess, like Stella, perhaps my greatest foe in the Einsburn Castle, approaches me.
エミヤ様、こちらは当家の行為により今年秋のタルボ農園より取り寄せた最上級のアーリーオータムナルのダージリンでございます。
Early autumn what? I'm not sure how I'd react to Japanese tea, but she must be attacking me because she knows I'm not familiar with black teas.
本来であれば当家の当主あるいは行為の間柄や年来の客人にしか入れない特別のお茶です。ですのでエミヤシロ様。
What? It's just some expensive tea, right?
なんと浅ましい。値段の問題ではありません。
I mean, that is kind of a pedantic statement.
このようなことは口にするべきではないのですが、このお茶はお嬢様のご好意の証ということです。よろしいですね、エミヤシロ様。そのご信頼を夢裏切ることのなきよう心してお嬢様のお気持ちを口にするのです。
She says it with vigor that clearly isn't asking for my consent. I can't believe I'm getting lectured before I even get my tea. It was made in my own damn kitchen, no less. Ilya's grinning. Is it that funny to watch me get lectured? I guess it must be. Thank you for the tea. I'm being made to feel ashamed for having tea in my own house. Even if I can tell exactly, even I can tell how excellent this tea is. Wow. All of a sudden I cannot speak no more. Must be getting close to the time I have to turn back into a cat for a little while. It has an incredible refined aroma and tastes sweet and smooth without needing to add anything to it.
ああ、そう。シロ？今日はこちらから持ってこさせてもらったけど、気にしないでいいからね。別にこのレベルの葉を常備しておけとは言ってないから。
I appreciate you saying that, and sorry for always serving you cheap tea. I feel ashamed for serving Ilya cheap, gamachia when she normally gets to drink stuff like this at home. On top of that, being flanked by Stella and Lays is incredibly unsettling.
シロ、やっぱりデザートも欲しいわよね。
That depends. Sure, did you bring that too?
もちろんよ。 セラ、リズ。
The maids break into motion again. I breathe a sigh of relief once they've disappeared into the kitchen.
シロったらすごく緊張しちゃって。
I have every right to be with you around. Of course I am. I've never had maids waiting on me while I have tea. Ugh. I think I'm starting to see why Ilya often goes out on her own. Well, she's used to having the maids around. There's probably times when she feels freedom when they're not there. Huh, you've got it rough too.
ちょっとね。けどセラは前ほど口うるさくはなくなったかな。それでもレディのたしなみとかいろいろと忙しいけど。
Stella's diligent. She just wants you to grow up into a proper lady.
そうね。ちゃんとセラの期待通り大きくならないとね。私。
イリア、もっと欲しい？
これくらいでいいわ。リズ、お兄ちゃんには大きめでね。
お嬢様、そのような呼び名で。いや、
Shouldn't
エミ
she?
ヤシロ様、こちらはラ・フルールのトリプルベリーパイでございます。
Wow. That place sounds expensive. Oof. A pie is suddenly set down in front of me, topped with cream and a variety of berries. It must be the very, very berry that Tosaka mentioned. It sure is red. Ilya excitedly pokes her fork into it. She must not mind all the red.
こちらもまたお嬢様の好みでございます。くれぐれも食べ残すなどということのないよう、エミヤさん。
Oh, heck no. Oh, wait. Right. I think I get it now, Stella.
何でしょうか、エミヤシロ様。
Well, this isn't the castle, so you can't relax. Can't you relax a little? To me, you look so tense that I can practically hear how stiff and creaky your shoulders are.
あ、本当だ。セラ、冷え性？リーセリット。
そうよね。温泉領地にも行った方がいいかもね。
Everybody needs a trip to the healing hot spring.
お嬢様、
That
私
sounds
に気
really,
遣っていた
really
だける
nice,
のはありが
actually.
たいのですが、私はお嬢様の次女です。お嬢様の御身こそご自愛くださいませ。
Healing hot springs. Our teasing fails to budge her iron will. She really is the perfect maid.
コホン。エミヤ様、先ほどの質問ですが、私はさほど肩は凝りません。ですので、そのような気遣いは無用です。
If you say so. Oh, then I'll gratefully eat this. I move my fork to the mountain of berries and cream, but being stared at from both sides is unnerving. At this point, we may as well. Hey, are you two gonna have any?
はい。使用人は主と食卓は共にしないものです。ナインダンケ。
Oh. That was a bust. Ilya looks like she's genuinely enjoying this exchange. She must be getting a kick out of seeing me so bewildered.
うん。
But it feels even harder to move my fork now. Oh no.
困ってるの？シロ。
Well, yeah, I feel like a prisoner in my own home.
それじゃせっかくの美味しいお茶もケーキももったいないわね。
That would be
セラ、リ
deli-
ズ、呼ぶまで下がっていなさい。
That would be a waste.
イリア。
Well, bye, ladies.
それではあちらで控えております、お嬢様。
The living room suddenly feels bigger as soon as the white-clad maids are gone. I have a long, relieved sigh from the bottom of my lungs.
そっか、あの二人だったらシロをからかって遊べるのね。今度もまた連れてこよっかな。
Give me a break. I wouldn't even be able to taste my own dinner with them around.
そうなの？もう先が思いやられるわね。そんなんじゃ大事な女の子ができた時エスコートできないよ、シロ。
I know how to be an escort. Are you sure, dude? What am I trying to say? Like your maids are way too fancy and out of place. And the only time I'd be playing escort is for some small stuff, like when we go shopping and...
そうかな。これは予言だけど、シロは将来とびっきり高価で優雅なデートをするわ。シロがどんなに苦手でもこればっかりは避けて通れない行事だと思いなさい。
Well, I already went to my extremely elegant date. Function? Do you mean this extravagant date with a girl I love?
信じられない？
I'm not sure. Well, it's not that I don't trust her, but to begin with, more than the place, I can't even imagine I'll have anyone to go with. What am I supposed to do then?
それも大丈夫。
Oh, right. We'll be okay. Just straight. It'll be fine.
最後には私がいるもの。
Everything will be fine.
というか、一番のデートをするのは私だもの。
She
シロには
Why
絶
doesn't
対
this
王
surprise
子様と
me?
して迎えに来てもらうんだから。
Crap, I suddenly feel dizzy, like my brain is melting. Her smile is the sweetest sight in the world. The berry pie is tasteless next to it. Ilya?
ほらほら、フォークが止まってるよ、お兄ちゃん。口元までジャムでべったりで、行儀の悪い弟みたい。ほんと、あんまりだらしないと、いっそ私が食べちゃうんだから。
I'm at the mercy of her voice. It's alluring, like that of an older woman. I chew absently on the pie. I'm not sure what it tastes like anymore. It must be as soft as Ilya says. My head feels dizzy from indescribable emotions that aren't quite tension nor confusion. Stella and Lay's were just the starters, even when Ilya's alone. No, especially when Ilya's alone. Ilya is a Sarsian lady who's sweeter than any cake. I don't know about that. She'd be terrifyingly sadistic. All right, well, should we quickly go investigate at night? Actually, I think we're gonna call this stream there. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out to the stream. Do watch for our weekly post tomorrow to let everyone know what's going on with the channel over the week. I'm not sure what order I'm going to be doing things in this week, so be watching for that. So yeah, thanks everybody for coming out. Hope you all have a great day. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye for meow.